Hi, my name is Hart Hillman. I'm a senior partner with Bedford Trans Search, and I sit on the advisory council for CATA, the Canadian Advanced Technology Alliance. Over the coming months, we're going to be conducting a number of leadership seminars and interviews with representatives from industry, from government, and from academia. The subject of the interviews is innovation and mentorship. Today, I'm joined with Nitin Kawale, President of Cisco Canada. Welcome, Nitin.
Thanks, sir.
Since taking over the helm 5 years ago, Nitin, you've transformed the company. You are one of the top divisions worldwide, one of the most progressive, profitable, and successful divisions, in fact. It's been recognized as one of the top companies to work for in this country at least twice, if I'm not mistaken, in 5 years. And more than that, it's got a tremendous record for not only social give back, but obviously innovation, something I know you're very passionate about. Nitin, innovation has become an overworked word. It's almost like motherhood. You ask any CEO, is innovation important? And they all say, of course. You get a resounding yes. However, as we know, innovation in Canada has lagged other developed countries. In fact, the OECD ranks us 14 out of 17 countries worldwide.
Right.
How do you think innovation can be developed and promoted in Canada?
Sure. Well, I think the first thing we have to do is, you know what they say, knowing your problems is halfway to recovery. And I think we've had a lot of debates over the last decade in terms of where we are in terms of innovation and productivity, and there's been a lot of studies and a lot of white papers. And I think people have come to the general conclusion that the OECD findings are correct. And you know, I think we have to internalize all of this, regardless of which organization you're in, small business, large business, the public sector, because we all have our role to play in impacting innovation and productivity. And I use the two together. The reason I use the two together, because there's a tremendous connection between innovation and productivity. And why does productivity matter? Well, productivity matters because it's tied to the standard of living of a nation. If you're able to raise the productivity of a nation 1% per year, and realize full well that over the last decade we've been at or below that, and other countries have been in high single digits, even double digits. So if you impact the productivity of a nation by 1% per year, you double its standard of living every 72 years. Now, you know, as a father, I don't find that very acceptable. That I might have great grandkids before we double our standard of living. But if you're able to take that to 3%, it goes to 24 years. And if you take it to 5%, it's every 14 years. Mm-hmm. So we have to ask ourselves, what do we want Canadian standard of living to be? Because today we enjoy a terrific standard of living, but we fast forward this equation 10 years out, where are we going to end up in relative to the rest of the world? And I think that's why innovation is so critical, and that's why it's so important. And once we realize that, once we internalize that, Canadians are very bright, enthusiastic, energetic people, but we have to put our focus on innovation and productivity. And there's many ways to do it across the country. It's not like, you have to think about, where does innovation and productivity come from, right? Do we take our best and brightest and send them to the top of a mountain and have them come back with this binder of innovation excellence? Of course not, right? Innovation comes from people around you. And innovation is part and parcel of everything. It can be building of a new product, designing a new internal process, a new customer process. All of this can lead towards innovation, which drives productivity. So the sooner we realize that innovation really comes around the people we have. To me, at Cisco, the people on the front lines know the issues. More importantly, they know how to solve the issues. And if you can tap in to your frontline people, your customers, your partners, these are the people that know what's going on. So what's really important is that, do you have a collaborative framework and a process that taps every single every single individual as part of that ecosystem that can help you drive for innovation and productivity?
Terrific. Let's talk. You mentioned Cisco. Let's talk about Cisco specifically.
Sure.
John Chambers has been quoted that he's a command and control kind of leader, and that for innovation to flourish, there has to be tremendous collaboration going forward, and that the leader of the future, John says, and even within the Cisco ecosphere, will be a more collaborative and innovative leader. Talk to me about innovation and Cisco specifically.
Sure. Well, and tying back to collaboration. So first of all, when it comes to innovation, we're not religious on where it comes from. We have a build, our preference, right? The build, buy, or partner model. And what we're really about is about catching market transitions. And if you see a market transition and you're innovative, then you can really capitalize on this. And I've been with Cisco for well over 17 years now, and I've seen us be behind in market transitions and lead market transitions. And let me tell you, the latter is a lot more fun than the former. And so that's how we're grounded, is catching these transitions and catching them through innovation. So we tend to move very quickly, and in this industry, the cycles are becoming more and more compressed. And so the ability to innovate. So when you have such a talented body of people all across the world, then it comes down to collaboration. How can you find the experts? How do you get the right people talking to each other to short circuit development time and innovation time? And really, that's how we work as a company. We are a very collaborative organization. Obviously, we make the technologies, but we facilitate our employees to be able to work with each other around the world with our technologies. And really, that's, without signing it too much of a commercial, that really is the answer. If you have a framework that's collaborative, that any employee at any moment in time can get the information or get to the expert they need, just think about how much time that would take. So for example, if I'm an ASIC designer or a software designer, and I need a couple of different expertise, and they happen to live in Milan and Singapore, how difficult would that be in a company? In our company, time zones aside, it's fairly easy. And so I think that that's what John means, to have that collaborative approach to drive those skill sets. And sometimes it takes a different kind of a team that's being formed that's beyond your building bound borders or your country borders.
And I guess the technology fosters that now.
The technology fosters that, but you can't just put technology in place and hope it happens.
Right.
You need the business process change, and you need people to make that mental shift that I need to work differently.